You're holding back your muscle development and your gains because you're lifting too heavy. I'm going to show you what you're doing and how to fix it in a couple easy steps. When it comes to developing your muscle, control is the most important thing. If you can't control the weight, you shouldn't lift the weight. If you're using momentum and recruiting other muscles than the ones you intend to build, you're not going to develop that muscle. I've seen plenty of people who lift very heavy weight in the exercises that they're doing, but can't develop the muscle. They don't have the size or the definition for what you'd expect when you hear about the weights they're lifting. So often people tell me about how heavy they're doing this and how many reps they can do with that. I like to say, okay, well, let's see it. Let's watch it. And what they're doing oftentimes is they're using the swing and they're squirming and fighting and pushing the weights up with different parts of their body, and they're shifting their weight. If you don't have the stability and the control in the lifting, you're not going to work that muscle properly. You're not going to fatigue it. You're going to release the tension, and you're not going to grow. That's one of the biggest problems. You should be able to go from 0 to full contraction. You should be able to hold the weight so it's not flying all over the place. Let me give you a few examples. Some simple ones to show is the bicep curl. Most people are doing it incorrectly. What they're doing is they're taking the weight, they're swinging it back, they're putting it on their chest, they're bouncing it, they're swinging it down, and they're using their legs and their lower back and their core, and they're using everything to pull that weight back up, and then they're bouncing it down, right? So you're not isolating and building and focusing on that muscle. You should be squeezing and really concentrating and focusing that muscle at the end of the movement. Another common example is pull-ups, where I see people pulling and swinging and shifting and moving their legs to try to get the pull-up. Yes, technically you did a pull-up. We're not here for technicalities. Ultimately, you're working out for results, right? Not to brag about how much weight you did this and this machine and how many reps you did. Ultimately, the goal is to get the muscle gain. Another one that is pretty common is the row. If you're swinging and shifting and bouncing in really any movement, you're using the momentum rather than your muscle. I always like to say, all muscle, no momentum. You can see the difference in the movements. Focus on form, technique, stability, control over the weight, and you will build the weight, but don't do it before you're ready. Thank you for listening. Crush those goals.